Welcome back. In our previous discussions, we uncovered how abandoning modesty and confusion of sexuality have influenced perceptions of morality, leading many to distance themselves from traditional religious frameworks. Today, we delve deeper into a critical question: why are so many people turning away from religion and questioning the existence of a higher power? What lies at the heart of this movement? Let's explore. In today's world, a growing number of individuals are choosing to distance themselves from religion and question the very existence of a higher power. The rapid rise of atheism and secularism can be linked to various complex factors, but one of the most significant reasons is the perception that religious practices and beliefs conflict with modern-day personal desires, moral values, and a more liberated approach to life. Let's explore the dynamics at play behind this shift, offering a deeper understanding of the psychology behind atheism and its connection to moral frameworks, especially in relation to the teachings of major world religions. Many people today view life as a joyride, something to be experienced purely for personal fulfillment. The prevailing attitude is that life is finite, and therefore, the primary purpose of life is personal happiness and self-actualization. In this worldview, the focus is on maximizing one's enjoyment, pursuing individual goals, and avoiding anything that could limit personal freedom. For these individuals, religion is often seen as a set of constraints that impose limitations on their desires and goals. When religion demands certain moral or behavioral standards, it becomes incompatible with the idea of absolute freedom. The belief in a higher power, a divine plan, or the existence of moral laws set forth by God can feel like an obstruction to those who wish to live without boundaries. Some atheists often struggle with the concept of free will, confusing it with the notion of absolute freedom. It's important to understand that, much like any society or citizenship, true freedom is never absolute. Every citizen in a society or civilization enjoys certain freedoms, but those freedoms comes with obligations and limitations that are essential for the community to function properly. Similarly, religion provides limitations that are essential guidelines designed for the collective good and divine wisdom. Just as a society requires individuals to respect certain laws for the common benefits, religion too offers structure and guidance to ensure that the humanity thrive in line with the divine purpose of its creation. Consequently, many people, either consciously or subconsciously, reject the notion of a god or any form of divinity. In doing so, they see themselves as free from the moral prescriptions associated with traditional religions. Much like how someone might leave a country with laws that hinder their personal choices, many individuals choose atheism as a way to escape perceived constraints imposed by religious teachings. In this sense, atheism becomes an ideological refuge, offering freedom from the moral limitations that religion might impose on their lives. At the heart of this discussion is the tension between religious moral frameworks and personal desires. Religion often dictates certain behaviors and beliefs that are considered sinful if not followed. In major world religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, there are clearly defined moral codes. For instance, in Christianity, the Bible condemns practices such as homosexuality, adultery, and premarital sex. Similarly, in Islam, the Quran and Hadith provide strict moral guidance on issues of sexual conduct, relationships, and ethics. For individuals whose behavior or sexual orientation does not align with these teachings, religious doctrines can appear repressive and judgmental. This can lead to feelings of rejection, alienation, and guilt. Instead of accepting these teachings, they look for a way to be proud of their choices and choose to distance themselves from religion. often turning to secular or atheistic beliefs that offer a room to engineer moral framework based on human desires and reasoning rather than divine commands. This creates a feedback loop. As more individuals step away from religion to escape these moral restrictions, they may begin to question the very existence of a higher power. If certain behaviors that are considered sinful or immoral by religion are part of their own lives, it may seem easier to reject the idea of God altogether, rather than reconciling these behaviors with religious teachings. Beside this one and other significant factor contributing to atheism is not the religion itself, but rather the behavior and actions of its proclaimed followers. In most religions, there are different groups that interpret religious teachings according to their own understanding. Often, these groups adhere to rigid beliefs and practices, disregarding the diversity of thought that exists within the faith. These groups often attempt to impose their interpretation of the faith onto others, labeling those who do not adhere to their beliefs as sinful, misguided, or immoral. This rigid approach to religion can lead to conflict and alienation, especially for individuals who do not share the same interpretation. The intolerance or judgment exhibited by certain religious groups can contribute to the growing disillusionment with religion, especially among younger generations. At times, religious beliefs are manipulated or amplified for political agendas, often under false flag movements and outfits. These actions not only defame the religion itself, but also serve as tools for targeting and marginalizing specific communities, undermining the true essence of faith and unity. Moreover, in some religious communities, there is a tendency to overlook or minimize the concept of free will. While religion encourages believers to live in accordance with divine laws, with free will, when religious groups assert that only their interpretation is correct and all others are wrong, it raises a significant issue. Logically, only one group can be 100% correct. This discrepancy can create confusion, doubt, and, ultimately, a rejection of the faith altogether. But is it just personal desires and rigid interpretations that fuel atheism? What about the role of alteration or misinterpretation of religious scriptures themselves? Have alterations and differing interpretations of these texts contributed to this growing skepticism? In the next episode, we will delve into the controversial topic of scriptural authenticity, how it influences faith, and why many feel compelled to turn away from religion. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and follow for the next episode, where we'll uncover the intricate relationship between scripture, belief, and the rise of atheism. Stay tuned.